to the legal teams formed in the 1988 judicial crisis to fight for me. But unfortunately, the tribunal gave so much speed, acted so much speed, that even my application for a little postponement to enable my counsel from London, Mr. Anthony Lester, a QC, to come and represent me at the tribunal was brushed aside. I hope the matter will come to an end, but it will remain forever in the annals of Malaysian history, in particular in the Malaysian legal history, on the judicial crisis of 1988. So lastly, I would like to say that let this episode be a reminder for the present generation and the future generation that once, if you destroy the judiciary, you destroy the democracy. If you destroy the democracy, you usher in a dictatorship clothed with the clothes of the rules of law and justice. But in reality, it is like a hungry tiger clothed in a lambskin. So let be a reminder for the future generation and the present generation to be always on guard about the need to have a very strong and independent judiciary, a judiciary which is not really submissive to the influences of the rich and the influences of the political powers. And since my departure from the judiciary, I consider myself completely out of the system. I abandon myself from the present system, from the present life, and just concentrate myself with the life of a simple kampung man.
I would like people to dissect our judgment and then tell us where we went wrong. But they don't do that. They call us names. They call us heartless. Judges are heartless people because they have been in the palace of justice for too long.
I wish to comment on that. Let's go to the basic. The common law as we practice reflects the aspiration, the inspiration, the wants and desires, the pains and the pleasures of the common people. Hence the name common law. While it is without doubt correct to say that the common people do not know the law, they do not read the law, but the common people know or can feel the concept of justice. When something goes wrong, when something is unjust, the common people will know. They will feel it. They may not know the law extensively, but they can feel justice or injustice as the case. And because of that, the common people also equate law to justice. Law must be just. There is no such thing as law is unjust, because if it is unjust, then it's not law. For example, when a person kills a robber and he is charged for murder, why is there so much outrage? And that is because the common people feel it is unjust to do so. It's just as simple as that. The common people may not know the technicalities of self-defense. It must be reasonable, it must be in the heat of the moment, there mustn't be intent and blah blah blah. They don't know that. The Lord Chief Justice say that why don't you read the judgment first? No, the common people will not read judgment. I read the judgment because we are lawyers. The common people don't read judgment. But they will get the gist of the report. They will know, they will feel whether it is just or not. Coming back to what the Lord Chief Justice said.
None of them have or ever will pass the test of my conscience, and praise be to Allah, I have not once lost sleep over these comments. What would you do if the executive or any other influential party demands that you decide a case in a certain way? What would you do if history were to repeat itself? You are faced with requests to appoint certain persons as judges or make decisions that you know to be wrong in law but right for the party with the vested interest. Before I answer the question, let me stress this. A judge, whether male or female, must always decide justly, fairly, and objectively. I am here to do my job. I never coveted for it, but by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I was entrusted to lead the judiciary. I will not bend or bow to any person, no matter how high and mighty, to do what he or she demands of me. My only master is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. During this time, judicial panels led by me have made what we firmly believe to be correct decisions on the law and facts, regardless of the heated political overtones and undertones that clothe some of those cases. This alone should dispel any baseless notion that I have ever been partial to any political prime minister or any political party.
From 1988, it is only now that we are on the road to recovery in terms of our perception of independence. Incidentally, 15 years ago, when the Judicial Appointments Commission Act 2009 was enforced, the then leader of the opposition made the comments that he did as reflected in the Hansard on the appointment of judges and judicial independence. I am certain that now, as Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim and his government will remain true to those comments by continuing to unreservedly remain committed to upholding the cause of judicial independence.